Hey everyone, I am Ashley with Profit Potential Consulting, and today I am educating you on a new government mandated report that you have to file as a small business owner starting this year, 2024. And I will be walking you through step by step how to file this report on their website so that you don't have to figure it out for yourself. Let's go. All right. So the BOI stands for Beneficial Ownership Information Report. Essentially, it is meant to identify information about the individuals who directly or indirectly own or control a company. This report was the result of a 2021 law that Congress passed called the Corporate Transparency Act. And they're basically just trying to make it harder for people to hide illicit activities through shell companies. And so now the majority of small businesses get to file this report every year. Is your business required to file the BOI report? The most likely answer for small businesses in the United States is yes. This flow chart here is from the FinCEN website, and it can help you kind of decide if you may be a reporting company. There are a couple of exemptions, about 23 of them. Most commonly are going to be banks, credit unions, insurance companies, nonprofits, and large operating companies. And to fall under that category, you need to have more than 20 full-time employees in the United States and bring in more than 5 million in gross revenue annually. I will link the website in the description if you think you may be part of that exemption list, and you can try out the test yourself. Okay, so you've determined that you are required to file the BOI report, but why should you file? It seems dumb. I know, trust me. If you enjoy paying fines of up to $500 per day of not reporting, or being in prison for 2 years for not reporting, you go right ahead. I will actually keep my money and my freedom. Thank you very much. All right, so a couple things to mention regarding the deadline for this report. Companies that were created before January 1st of 2024, so this year, companies created before this year, you have until January 1st, 2025 to file your initial filing. Any companies that are created after January 1st of this year, 2024, you have 90 calendar days to file from the date that you are created. So say you create your company on February 1st, you have 90 calendar days from February 1st in order to file. Companies created after January 1st of 2025, so next year, you will have 30 calendar days to file this report. So what is a beneficial owner anyway? A beneficial owner is an individual who either directly or indirectly owns or controls at least 25% of the reporting company's ownership interests or has substantial control over the company. In this little breakdown here, it'll kind of show you some examples of what substantial control would be. So senior officers like president, CEO, CFO, COO, someone who has the authority to appoint or remove authority, or someone who determines or has substantial influence over important decisions like business direction, finances, or company structure. If you made it this far, I'm going to walk you through the steps in order to get this darn thing filed. I will put a link to the frequently asked questions from the FinCEN website down in the description. So if you have any other questions that I didn't cover, you can go there and look at some of those frequently asked questions. All right, before we get started, make sure you have your business EIN, your employer identification number, handy, along with copies of your driver's license or passport, because you will need these later. We will need to input those numbers and upload copies of those. So pause the video, go get those things, come back, and we'll get started. First thing you're going to do is go to www.fincen.gov, www.fincen.gov. And in the lower left-hand corner, select this BOI icon. Then we are going to click on File a Report using the BOI filing system right up here. And one more click to get in. Let's click Get Started. You do have two options. You can file a PDF or file online. For the sake of this video, we are going to file online. You will get a warning basically just letting you know that, hey, this is monitored by the government, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and click Agree. And now the fun begins. Most of you are going to be filing your initial report in 2024. So that's where we're going to start. Make sure you click the initial report button there. I am recommending my clients to receive a FinCEN ID number. It will be beneficial to you to have one if you own multiple businesses, because it will save you time in the future that you won't have to update every single business your personal information or upload all your documents. They'll already have that in the system, so you'll be able to just update it the one time. So I would check that box. And then we are going to head down to number 5, adding your reporting company legal name and a trade name or a DBA if you have one. If you have multiple DBAs, you can add more. Scrolling along, select that tax type. Most likely it's going to be EIN, and you will enter that information here. Select your country jurisdiction of formation. All of your state or tribal formation information, where you registered your company. I started my business in North Dakota, so that is what I'm going to put here. Along with that, you will put your business current address. So this is for your business. Do not put your personal address. Make sure it's your business address, and then click Next. This is a super important checkbox to click if your company existed before January 1st of 2024. So if your company was registered in 2019, whatever, make sure you click this box in number 16 here. If you did check that box, you will get a warning that says applicant fields will be disabled, and that is okay. If you didn't check that box, we will have to complete the applicant section, which is coming up here. So if you created and registered your company after January 1st, 2024, you need the information of the company applicant. So the person who actually created or registered the company with the state, and or the person who authorized that to be done. If your company was created prior to January of 2024 and you clicked that box back in number 16, all this information will be grayed out. My business started in 2023, so I checked the box and these items are grayed out for me, so I don't have to put it in. If they are not grayed out, go ahead and put that information in for whoever had registered your company. Now we are getting to the beneficial owner section. This is you as the business owner. So you can start filling in your own personal information here. If the owner is a minor, so under the age of 18, a parent or guardian information will be used instead of the minor's information. Now you are going to enter legal names, birth date, personal, residential address. So this is your personal, like where do you live? And then we are also going to upload a copy of your ID. So your options are a valid state ID, state issued driver's license, a valid state or tribe issued ID, or a valid US passport. Just make sure that those documents are not expired. All right, we are almost there. Thank you for sticking with me. This last piece is filling in your email, confirming that email, first name, last name, clicking the agree box, and making sure that you are of the human species. And then you can click next. If a pop-up comes up, it could mean that you filled something in or you missed something, you filled something in incorrectly back in the prior pages, and you'll have to go back and fix those before it'll let you process. So if you don't get an error, you did it all, you filled it all out properly, and you will get a submission status confirmation. I would recommend downloading that transcript for your records. And that's all she wrote, guys. See, it wasn't too painful. Let me know if you guys have any specific questions in the comments, and I'll try and get to every single question there to be more helpful. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing and giving me a thumbs up. Also, feel free to share this with all of your business associates so that we can keep all of our friends out of prison. Anyway, I am Ashley with Profit Potential Consulting. Until next time, stay compliant.